Role-Playing a Warlock Patron Part 9. The Undying. Wait, didn't we just do this? Oh, my bad, that was the Undead. This is the Undying. They're completely different. Of course, in all honesty, joking aside, I would encourage you to look at this as very, very different than the Undead. Specifically because Undying, there's some interesting narrative wiggle room as to why an Undying patron would not qualify as an Undead patron. I also just think it's important to be able to empower a player, if they mechanically want the benefits of the Undying patron, to be able to pursue that and not feel like, oh, you're just picking the knockoff Undeath patron. They have mechanical differences, and those should be reflected in their narrative differences. For example, Hallister the Mad Mage. Spoilers for Undermountain stuff. Hallister is not a lich, he's not a revenant, he's not a ghost, he's not undead. He's a dude, but he has entangled his magical essence with the knot in the weave that is down in the Undermountain, and this dungeon has been built around it over the centuries and years, etc., etc. So he can't die, but he's not undead, and that's a cool story. Now, sure, you can absolutely still pick some sort of undead character like a Lich Queen or a Demi-Lich or some other thing to be the Undying patron, but I would really encourage you to experiment with, the notion of, hey, what if they just are undying by nature of weird magic or clones or a curse? They're cursed to forever living, cursed to immortality, and to watch all of their friends slowly die. That could be an interesting relationship from a patron to a warlock. Maybe they're trying to find a friend, and they're not willing to admit it to themselves. This could be a tear-wrenching emotional story if we're willing to look past the idea that Undying is just the knockoff on Death. Otherwise, their motives and objectives will look very similar between the two. They both have very long timelines to accomplish what they're doing. Undying gives you a little bit more ethical wiggle room because very rarely is undying in sort of this weird arcane magical sense necessitating some sort of evil act to perpetuate it, whereas undeath, like liches and vampires and stuff, they are fueling their unlife through the death of others, whereas Undying, you're just a weird dude. And if you really want to cash in on some of the drama that could accompany this kind of thing, especially like a curse of immortality, maybe the only way for them to die is to be able to impart their powers fully to their warlock. Will the warlock Aladdin this particular genie out of its bonds and allow them to seek the respite of eternal rest? Or will they stay selfish and keep death for themselves? Thanks for the powers. Keep trying.